The Humane Society of Sedona is located on Shelby Drive in Sedona. Open daily from 10 to 4, they offer adoptable dogs, cats, and rabbits too. This Humane Society will host up to 1,000 animals a year. Volunteers are always needed in local rescues and animal shelters. Ask to speak with the volunteer coordinator. Visit the Humane Society of Sedona online or in person for more information about adopting a new pet.
So who we have here is Dizzy. And Dizzy is a 6.5 black lab mix. And he has a very interesting story. When I first started walking dogs here back in June of 2010, Dizzy is one of the first dogs I met. And he wound up getting adopted and has been gone for a number of years. And in January, he was brought back to us because the people were moving and they couldn't take him with them. So he came back, and he came back substantially fatter than he left us because they overfed him. So he's on a diet right now, and he should be a lot trimmer when we get him down to his fighting weight. He's a real sweet dog. He's very easy to walk on a harness. He has lived with cats, so he gets along with cats, and he does get along with a lot of dogs. So when introduced, you know, he could be a possible brother or sister for another dog companion. He's very playful. He loves to play with his toys, and he's a real man because he carries around a pink Kong in the courtyard and in his kennel. He doesn't need it right now, he says, because I'm being filmed and I want to look my best. But he would make an absolutely adorable addition to any household. He's very, very sweet. He loves to be petted. He's friendly, and he's a very, very, very good boy. So he had a good chance at a life, but he got brought back, so he's looking for a second chance. If you come and check him out, I'm sure you'll fall in love. So give him a shot. Come see our Diz. Hopefully a lot skinnier, right? Yes, yes. Okay, thank you. This beautiful fellow is named Thor. He has a fabulous name because he's a fabulous boy. He's a 2-year-old lab mix who came to us on 9/26 as a surrender. He has lived in a home with kids and women and men, and he gets along fabulous with families. He also is great with female dogs. He was kenneled with another female dog for a while until she got adopted, but he doesn't like competition, so he's not good with other male dogs. He also probably would not be good with cats because he's very active. He's got a lot of energy. He's a great walk. He loves to walk. He'd be a great hiking dog because of his energy level. And his favorite pastime is to play ball. So he is like the Energizer Bunny with balls. You can throw balls, he'll bring them back, he'll drop them. You can tell him to go long and he'll run out and he'll catch them. So he's a great, great play dog for a family that wants somebody with high energy and a loving nature. Aren't you? Yes, you're a loving dog. And so we really hope you come and check him out because he really deserves to go to a great home. He's a super boy and one of our favorites here. So please come check out Thor. So this funky, handsome-looking boy is named Kuna. And Kuna, believe it or not, is about 8 years old, and he is a standard poodle. He looks this way because a woman that was coming back to Sedona had found him in a ditch in Idaho, and he had dreadlocks and mats all over him. He's malnourished, and she brought him back, so we had to have him shaved. But when his hair grows back, he's going to be gorgeous. He's a very, very sweet boy. He knows obedience. He sits, he gives you his paw. He's a very easy walk. He's very playful in the courtyard. He loves to toss toys around. But he's also, as you can see, very docile. He will be a good dog for anybody who knows poodles and wants to play, because 8 is really not that old for a poodle. And we just know that he doesn't like cats because he was adopted, and unfortunately he went after his new owner's cat, so they had to bring him back. So no home with cats. But older children would be great because he is playful. Adults would be great. We really don't know that much about him, but since he's been here, and he's only been here since about the middle of December, he would be a great addition to someone's home to come and play with him. And he sits cross-eyed, don't you? Look at that. And he's affectionate. He gives kisses, don't you? Yes, you do. So please come check him out because he needs to have a new start on his life because he had a tough situation going. So this is our Kuna. Right, baby? One of our younger gals. Her name is Nova. She's about a 2-year-old Staffordshire Terrier. She came to us in November as a stray, so we really don't have a lot of information about her. And when she first came in, she was really terrified. She'd obviously recently had a litter of puppies, so we really don't know what that was all about. But since she's been here, she's become a favorite of everybody's because she's very loving. Once she gets to know you, she's very sweet. She walks really well on her harness. And she doesn't seem to care about other dogs. So dogs would have to be introduced with her, but we haven't seen her react negatively with any other dogs. And she probably would not be good with cats. Just the breed is just not known to be good with cats. But she's very, very sweet and very loving. And she would probably take a little bit of time to warm up to new people, but if you came and spent some time with her, once she gets to know you, you should see her reaction to a couple of the kennel staff these 2 young men that she loves, when they come out, she absolutely squeals. She has a totally different personality and runs around like crazy in the yard. So you can tell that once she gets to know somebody, she really warms up and is a loving, loving girl. But she's probably had a hard beginning to life, so we want to make sure she goes to a home that has some patience with her and a lot of love to give, and I think she would return it in dozen folds, right, sweetheart? So just come check her out. Her name is Nova.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Más. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-thru, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Más.
I actually work with special needs adults. One of our clients' mom is a Jackson Hewitt tax preparer. She said, you can get extra money for your expense for your driving. I got $3,000 back. I feel safe with Jackson Hewitt.
Well, who we have here is one of the shelter favorites. His name is Cash. He came to us in September as a stray. He's a 3.5-year-old Staffordshire Terrier, and he is just a big, big goofball. He loves people. He gets along with other dogs. He has this female Staffy that he plays with, Ember, all the time, and they just love each other. They even sleep together with their arms around each other. So he's very, very good with dogs, but he would not be good with cats. He was adopted by someone who had cats, and they learned very quickly that cats and him are not meant to be. So he was brought back. So he shouldn't be in a home with cats, but other dogs would work out fine. Children would work out fine. He's been child tested with pulling ears and tails and everything, and he has no reaction. He just loves to play, loves to chase balls, loves to run around. We laugh because when he's going back into his kennel, he makes it sound like a javelina pig almost. He's just a real fun dog to have, and would give a lot of enjoyment to a family, I think. If you just come and check him out. He's a bit of a puller on his walk. He can walk nice, but if he sees something he wants to go for it, and he's kind of strong, so we have him on a harness. But he's just a love. We just love playing with him, and he's one of the favorites of the volunteers to walk every day because he's such a good boy. So please come check him out. Right? Yes, yes. Well, who we have here is Morency, and she's quite something. She's only 10 months old. She came to us on September 23rd because her elderly owner could not keep her anymore. She was a little bit too active for him. And she is a Labrador Retriever, female Labrador Retriever mix. She's got a lot of personality and a lot of energy because she is only 10 months old. She loves to play ball. I mean, she'll return the ball to you, drop it for you to throw it again. She needs a lot of exercise because she is that young. She has lived with other dogs and cats and kids and adults, and she's just very social. But she's going to require a lot of exercise because of her breed and her age. And she is quite an interesting walk. She walks on her harness, but sometimes you got to control her, so she's going to need a little bit of training. But she's got a sweet disposition and a sweet personality. And she loves people, she loves attention, and that's typical of a lab. She's got gorgeous markings on her, and she really just needs to go to a household that is going to give her a lot of training and a lot of attention, and play with her and give her some exercise, and then I think she'll just turn into a wonderful, wonderful playmate. So we're hoping that you come and take a look at her and see if she fits your home, so that she can get her forever home, because she deserves it. Well, here we have our little Buddy. Buddy is a 1-year-old Corgi mix that came to us as a stray November 21st. He is very timid at first with new people, but once he gets to know you, he is really a sweetheart. He loves attention. He's got high energy. He loves to run around and play in the courtyard. He's actually kenneled with a fat female Chihuahua named Sugar, and they curl up on the bed together, so he gets along with other dogs. There have been as many as 3 dogs with him in the kennel, and he's been really good with all of them. He loves to go up to the park and just run till his heart's content, chasing dogs around and chasing balls around. And he's just a sweet, sweet boy, but he's going to need some confidence because he probably had a troubled first year. But he's really, really very, very sweet, and we're just hoping that he's a tiny guy, as you can see. He's not a big dog, and he's going to be full grown. He's not going to get any bigger than this. And we're just hoping that somebody will come and want to love him, because once he gets to know you, he'll be an absolute sweetheart. So please come check him out. Right, mister? Yes.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Humane Society of Sedona.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell, Live Moss.
I keep a file where I have everything that's tax deductible. Then when I bring it in, it's all right there. When you first retire, you want to go to someone that you really have confidence in and that you trust, and I trust Jackson Hewitt. I'm Terry Morgan, and I'm a real Jackson Hewitt customer.
This is Callie. She is an absolutely stunning calico kitty. She's long hair and has the most beautiful markings. She loves her fur being brushed, and that's a fun activity for her. When she's brushed, she looks absolutely splendid. She's about 4 years old, and she's lived with dogs and kids, and she loves to play. So she really is just a kitten at heart. She would suit, I think, any sort of home. I don't know how she is with other kitties, but she's a very mellow, sweet little kitty. So she'll probably cope as long as the kitties aren't too strong with her. But yeah, she's a very, very pretty girl. This is Samantha. She is a beautiful long hair, pale orange tabby. She and her brother came into the shelter because their folks moved away to Hawaii. And she and her brother thought it was a bit sad, and so they've been a little bit despondent, but we've been trying to cheer them up. And she is around 7 or 8 years old, as is her brother Coco. And she's got a really, really gentle personality. Considering she's such a large girl, she is really gentle, easy to handle. I think once she gets into a home environment, she will relax really, really quickly. I think she's just used to living in a home and just wonders what she's doing here in a shelter. But I think that will pass off very, very quickly. I think she'll make a lovely, lovely family pet. And she's obviously lived with other kitties. This is Luna. She's a black short-haired kitty, and she is 4 years old. She's quite plump. She's been very, very well cared for. And I think she'd suit any sort of home, not least because she's outgoing and she's very confident. And yeah, I think she's just a great, great cat. She's lived with other kitties, so she's got a very adaptable personality, I think.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Humane Society of Sedona.
When you first retire, you go from having the income coming in to being on fixed income. You're worrying about keeping what you've got. And it's nice to know that I've got Jackson Hewitt to help take some of that worry off my shoulders.
We know life can be time-consuming, especially when you're running a business. You'd love to give more to your community, but you just can't find the time to do both. What if there was an easy way for you to run your business while giving back to your community? Would you do it? You can do both by enrolling in the new Payments in Kind Give Back program from National Processing Solutions. What is the Payments in Kind Give Back program? As an NPS merchant, NPS will give back 20% of their proceeds to any local charity or organization of your choice. The donation is in your name and is made at zero cost to you. To find out how, visit paymentsinkind.com or call us at 888-696-7783. That's 888-696-7783. The Payments in Kind Give Back program, helping you help your community.
This is Minu. He's just coming up 3 years old. He's lived with kitties and he likes people. Hello, darling. He's a long-haired black kitty. He just isn't long-haired at the moment because we gave him a lion cut, so he may have had a mat, but he looks rather handsome even with the lion cut. But his long hair will grow back, and that won't take too long. He's got a really nice nature. He likes to sit on laps, and he would probably suit any sort of home. Just not sure about kids because he hasn't lived with them, and not sure about dogs because he hasn't lived with them. But sometimes just slow introductions and kitties do adapt. This kitty's name is Moon. He's black, he's soft. He was found as a stray wandering, but he's a sweet, gentle little guy, and he would probably suit any sort of home. He's very mellow, so I think he must have been loved in his past and got lost somewhere and then ended up here with us. He's 5 years old, and yeah, he's ready for adoption now. We haven't had him very long. He's very silky, very soft. This is Radar. He's 2.5 years old. And he really is a beautiful boy, very silky and sleek. He's a little bit quiet, but he does like the company of other kitties. And I think a quiet home would suit him probably best. I think he's probably playful. He was sick earlier in the year and we had to treat him, but now he's all better. But that was a quiet time for him because he had to be confined while he was getting better. But he's all good now. And yeah, he's ready to go to his new home. And he's a really delicious tabby. Very, very beautiful markings. And a handsome boy.
After the break, we'll visit with the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.
Verde Veterinary Hospital in Cottonwood is your full-service companion animal hospital and has achieved AAHA accreditation, reflecting total commitment to provide quality veterinary care throughout the life of your pet. Verde Vet provides comprehensive medical, surgical, and dental care and offers 24-hour emergency service and house calls. Heartworm testing, feline viral testing, and nail testing, all available without an appointment. Verde Veterinary Hospital.
Hey, it's your girl Jillian with a big offer called Switch and Save. Switch to Jackson Hewitt from any competitor and save $50 off your tax prep fees from last year. How cool is that? Check out the details on jacksonhewitt.com.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
The Adopt for Life Center for Animals is located on Mingus Avenue in Cottonwood, open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 3. They offer many adoptable dogs and cats. Volunteers are always needed in local rescues and animal shelters. Ask to speak with the volunteer coordinator. Visit the Adopt for Life Center for Animals online or in person for more information about adopting a new pet.
This beautiful little guy is Slingo. Slingo is a 2-year-old Shepherd Terrier mix. At least that's our best guess on him. Slingo is a little bit on the shy side. It takes a while to get to know you, but he's really, really a sweet little puppy dog. He's very, very good on his walks. He likes to explore a little bit, but not a whole lot. And he likes to go from one side to the other. So when you walk him, you got to be really cautious. And try not to stumble your feet or anything, because that's just enough to give him a little bit of a scare there, and he kind of moves away from you a little bit. But once he gets to know you, he's really, really good. I always had a little bit of a problem getting him out of the cage because I think I'm big and imposing, and he wasn't real happy with that. But now we're doing pretty good, aren't we? Huh? We're doing pretty good, aren't we? Yes, we are. Well, thank you for kisses. Slingo is not an overly active dog. He's got a lot of energy in him, but he's got a very mellow side as well. I would strongly suggest that people interested in adopting him not have a real active and loud home. Little kids maybe might even scare him a little bit. You could always try it and see. I think he'd be great with the kids, but a lot of loud noises and things kind of set him off right now. Once he got comfortable and knew he could trust the environment and trust the people, I think that would probably subside. But for initially, I just think more of a quiet home would be the best match for him. He's just absolutely loving and adoring, and he'd make a wonderful, wonderful pet. So if you think you've got the right match for him, why don't you come by and check him out and see what you think about him. Again, this is Slingo, a 2-year-old Shepherd Terrier mix. This guy is called Samsonite. I don't know if that's because he likes to travel or what, but that's his name, Samsonite. Samsonite is a lab mix of some sort. Brown, 2 years old, male neutered, ready to go. Would love to have a new home. He's been here since December, so he's getting tired of this house. He wants a new one. Samsonite's a pretty good guy. He's pretty good on his walks. A little bit on the anxious side. He likes to get out and roam and have a good time. I think a home with a yard would probably be best for him just because of his activity level. But he's a pretty good guy. Gets along well with people, kind of a sweetheart. A little bit of a mind of his own, but nothing that's too unusual. As you can see right now, he's ready to go. He's he's not much for just sitting around doing nothing. Yeah. So, likes people, gets along well with them. Not too aggressive with other dogs. I think, you know, he's not the type that's going to go after him to attack him and stuff. So once he gets a good introduction with them, I think he's going to get along pretty well with everybody. Don't know that, but that's just my guess. We have had him out in the yard with another dog, so I know he does get along with dogs, but I don't know if that's a universal statement for him. I'm thinking a house, you know, a family would be good for him. He'd get along well with kids. An active lifestyle, a family that has an active lifestyle that can include him in some of the activities would probably be helpful. He would enjoy that. He's good in the cage, so I don't know that being left alone would be a problem, but you know, no one wants to be left alone, so he would do better if you were able to take him along with you, and if there was someone around the house, you know, more often than not. I think that'd be a good deal for him. So this is my buddy Samsonite. Yeah, say hi to the cameras. This beautiful little girl is Madison. Madison's a 2-year-old. We're calling her a retriever. We don't really know. She probably has some retriever in her. But what she's really got in her is tons and tons of energy. This girl can go, 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 and that's what she wants to do. So I would suggest, if you're interested in this wonderful girl, that you have a fenced yard where she can get out and get lots of activity. Because if you just try to keep her in the house, I can pretty much guarantee you, you'll be bringing her back real quick because she'll drive you nuts. She just needs to go. She's got a need to run. She's very good on her walks. She'll pull just a little bit, and that's just when she gets excited. She'll take off and she'll have her front legs up in the air, and she's pulling you like a sled dog. Fortunately, she's not a sled dog, so it's not really hard on you. It's pretty easy. She's kind of small. But anyway, that's probably, if there's anything wrong with her, that's it. She's just very, very highly active. She just likes to go, go, go. She'd be wonderful with kids. She gets along pretty well with most other dogs. She's just a sweetheart, and if you can just tolerate the activity level and keep her happy because she's getting lots of exercise, I think she'd just be a perfect dog for just about anyone. Likes to give kisses, treat motivated. She'll eat your treats, so that's good for training purposes because she's going to need a little bit of training. I don't think she had much coming in, and we don't have a whole lot of time to spend. We have so many of these guys to take care of, so we do a little bit with her, but she's really a good girl. So again, it's Madison, kind of a retriever mix, about 2 years old, and she'd be a wonderful family pet. This is Charlie. Charlie is a 2-year-old black lab mix, pretty much pure black lab, I would think, because there's personality-wise, temperament-wise, activity-wise. I mean, he replicates a purebred black lab as close as you can possibly do it. Gets along real well. He's very friendly with people. Gets along with the other dogs pretty good. High activity level. He loves his walks. He loves his human attention and pets. He's a smart dog, a little bit strong-willed, but I think he'd make a perfect animal for any family. Would you? Yeah, you would. Yeah. So I would suggest that, you know, a home in the fenced yard. He's, like I say, he's active and he really likes to go for his walks. He's excellent on walks. Hardly pulls at all. I'm not altogether sure, but I would almost guess he's housebroken too, because when we take him out, he's pretty anxious to do his business out there, and I don't ever see much of anything in his cage. So as long as he's getting out, I think you could probably be well on your way to housebreaking him if he's not already housebroken. So all in all, he's an excellent dog. Be a real good choice for anyone that's looking for a good companion or someone the kids can play with and enjoy, and just fit right into a family environment. And that's our buddy Charlie. This beautiful guy is Zilly. Zilly is our most senior resident here. He's been here for 13 months, which is way, way too long for an animal to be in this environment. So we really need to find him a home, and we need to find him a home quickly. Zilly's a 2 or 3 year old golden retriever mix of some sort. He's highly active, needs lots of exercise, but he's an absolute love bug. I love this guy. We've been together so long that we have a real special relationship, and I really need to find him somebody that can share the love that he has to give. Zilly is a very active fellow, so he would do best in a family that, you know, likes to hike or get out and be active themselves and can take him with them. He does not do very well with little kids. So if you have children, they'd have to be kind of older. He is not fond of cats whatsoever, and he doesn't do real well with other dogs either. So best combination for him would probably be, you know, a home with a young couple or a middle-aged couple, someone that's, you know, active lifestyle, doesn't have any children, or if they do have children, the children are older. And again, no pets, no other pets in the home would be the best suggestion for him. He will, with his energy level, he really needs to exercise a lot. So I would really suggest a fenced yard, a home with a fenced yard. The fence should probably be a higher fence because he's fully capable of, he's so big he could probably get over a smaller fence if he desired to do that. Hopefully he would like his house so much he wouldn't want to do that. You'd like your people, wouldn't you? Yeah. And all around, he's just a wonderful, wonderful guy. He's so friendly with people. I kind of have to, because he's so big and crazy sometimes, I have to kind of manhandle him to get a leash and stuff on him, and he never ever shows any aggression whatsoever. So that's really a positive thing. And he'd just make a wonderful companion. He'll bond with you and just, you know, increase your happiness, I'm sure. And that's my good buddy Zilly. Okay, this beautiful guy is Checkers. Checkers came to us. He was kind of a young guy. He's grown up a little bit. And he also had a little bit of a problem. He had a leg issue going on. And when he stands up for you here, you'll notice that Checkers is missing one of his rear legs. So he's what they call a tripod. But don't let that concern you, because that doesn't slow this guy down at all. In fact, I probably shouldn't tell you this story, but I will because it's just interesting, just give you an idea how competent he is. We did have Checkers adopted out to a family. They had a 4-foot fence, and they thought that they were doing real good, except Checkers had no problem whatsoever getting over the 4-foot fence. So the loss of his one leg doesn't slow this guy down one bit. And as you see, he is a friendly, just active, got a beautiful disposition to him. He's a beautiful dog altogether himself, too. He's probably got some pit bull in him, but you'd never know it by his disposition because he's just so friendly. Just a friendly guy and just so nice, loves people. Sees somebody coming by his cage, his tail's just wagging at 100 miles an hour, and he's standing there with those big eyes just looking at you saying, "Come take me, come take me." So we're here today to tell you to come take him. This guy is a great animal, and as I said, 3 legs, it means nothing to this guy. It's just, the way he gets around is just phenomenal. I mean, if you ever had a question about how a dog with 3 legs would do, this guy would be the poster child for it. He gets along with everybody. He's not aggressive toward other animals that we have seen. I'm not so sure about cats because we don't really mix them with cats so much, but he doesn't get worked up at all around other dogs. He just wants to play. He's just full of life and full of love, and the only thing that's missing is a permanent home for him. So, and he's been here for 6 months now, so it's time we get him adopted and get him into a good home. He'd do great with children. That's no problem whatsoever. And even though, as I say, he's got 3 legs, he still needs lots of exercise because he's full of energy. So this is my buddy Checkers. Yeah, he's my good buddy, and he can be your good buddy too if you just take him home, right? Yeah, okay. Tell him, we're telling him. All right, that's Checkers. Okay, this girl here is a 2-year-old, 1 to 2-year-old pit bull mix, and her name is Purdy. Purdy is a beautiful brindle, brown-eyed girl, a couple of little white markings on her. Kind of choking on her treat right now. She's very treat motivated, and that's what we're seeing going on right here. Oh, Purdy. Anyway. Purdy's a good girl, loves her humans, loves to give kisses, loves to jump up on you, loves to bang into you. She's very friendly, not too bad with other dogs, but I think you'd have to be very, very slow in doing an introduction. Quite honestly, I think, you know, she'd probably be better off being the only animal in the home. But, you know, given time, if you had another pet and you really liked her and you wanted to give her a home, I think if you just took your time with them and introduced them, I think she's very capable of becoming friends with another animal. It's not the best choice, but if you know it meant her getting adopted, I think it'd be worth a try. She is going to have a yard. You're probably not going to have enough energy to burn her out, get rid of the energy she has. So she's going to have a yard where she can run and get rid of some of the high intensity that she's got in her. I wouldn't recommend small kids, again, not because of her temperament, just because she's so crazy. She'll see them and she'll want to go see them and she'll just run and bang right into them and knock them over probably. So I don't think that's a good idea for her right now. But other than that, she's just a beautiful girl. Big kiss. Can I have a kiss, Purdy? Hey, can I have a kiss? Thank you for kisses. Yeah. Anyway, that's my girl, Purdy. 2-year-old, brindle, female pit mix. This girl here is Star. Star is a 1-year-old, maybe a little older than 1.5 maybe. She's some sort of a terrier pit mix. I don't know, you know, it looks like she's got some pit in her, but you know, she's just, you know, I wouldn't go so far as to say she's a pit. I think she's more of a terrier mix of some sort, but I don't want to deceive people either, so there might be some pit in her. She's a really good girl, highly active. One of her problems, she's been here for a while now, probably about 3 months. And I think one of the reasons she doesn't get adopted is not because of her personality, because she's got a great personality. I just think it's her activity level. She's just so crazy in the cage that people look at her and they kind of get scared away and say, oh, I don't think I want her. She's too wild for me. But as you see, she's not all that wild. She's really a pretty good girl. Once you get her out of the cage. She pulls a little bit on her leash, can use a little bit of work there. But all in all, I mean, she's a friendly girl, likes to give kisses, and all of a sudden she's decided there's something down there she wants. Come here. Turn around. Camera's over here. There you go. So a family would work for her. I think she'd be good with kids, but it's going to have to be an active family. If she had a fenced-in yard where she could burn off some of her energy, that would make things even better. I think once you get rid of the energy level, she's really a sweet girl, and she'd be, you you know, wonderful as a family pet. But you got to get the exercise in there, because this is a dog that will not be happy being confined and not having a lot of room to run or a lot of time out with her family or friends or whatever. So if you're going to think about her, if you're an active family, I think it'll work. If you're looking for a couch potato dog, this is not your animal here. Anyway, again, her name is Star, 1 year old, maybe a little older, kind of a terrier pit mix, very friendly girl, needs a home pretty bad. She's been here about 3 or 4 months now, and we really need to find a home for her. So that's Star. This is Fringe. Fringe is a 2 to 3 year old pit bull, Staffordshire Terrier mix. Weighs in at somewhere between 80 and 100 pounds probably. One of the most powerful dogs you're ever going to experience. Going to have somebody that can control him. And I go 250 pounds and I have a struggle with him. So that gives you any barometer on what we're talking about here. The good thing for all of this is he is just a love bug. Can I have kisses? I want a kiss. Give me a kiss. Thank you for kisses. So he loves human beings, does not like other dogs, does not like cats. It's going to have to be the only pet in the home. He demands all of your attention, doesn't want to share with anybody. Highly active. I'd like to tell you he's easy to take for walks, but he's not. He likes to pull a lot, and he'll let up a little bit as you go along, but your first couple hundred yards is going to be an experience with him. But he's well behaved. I mean, other than the fact he just wants to do his thing when he goes on walks, it's not his fault. We just don't walk fast enough. That's the only problem. He's got his own pace in mind, and we just don't keep up with it. So, but he's really a good guy, and he'll have a lot of fun with them. He'll bond with you. As you see, he's very, very friendly toward people. He loves everybody he meets. He'd probably be great with kids, too, if he wouldn't knock them over. That's the only concern I'd have for that. But he's just a wonderful, wonderful guy. He's only been with us a couple months, but with his size and strength, he's going to be hard to place. So if you think you have any interest in him whatsoever, I'd get in there and take a look at him, because we don't want to keep him around long. He's the type of an animal that really needs to get out and get some exercise and get into a good home where people can love him and he can love them back. And that's my buddy Fringe. This beautiful guy here is Rimrock. Rimrock, we have him listed as a lab mix. I'm thinking he's got some flat coat retriever in him. He's got a beautiful, beautiful brown hue to him. So, I mean, he's black, but he's got a little bit of brown in him. Just simply a beautiful dog. I think once he's cleaned up a little bit, he's going to kind of glisten for you. But he's really, really smart, too. This is one of the smartest dogs I've encountered over here. He's intuitive, he sees things, he kind of knows what to do. When you get to a gate or something, he knows exactly where the gate opens, and he's just really, really smart, very, very with it kind of an animal. He would make a perfect family pet. He is loving and very gentle, easygoing. He has a high activity level, but not so high that he's going to be kind of a pain for you. He just kind of likes to get out and get around and move. He'd probably be a good hunting dog if someone wanted to train him as a bird dog or something. But there's just nothing wrong with this guy. He's wonderful on his walks. His temperament is terrific. Gets along with everybody. Kind of indifferent toward other dogs. I mean, I'm sure he'd get along with them, but he just kind of likes to go about his own business. I think he's kind of looking at him and going, I know more than you do, so I'm just going to go ahead and do what I want to do. That's just kind of the personality this guy has. He's just, I don't know what I can say about him other than he's just pretty near a perfect animal. He's just a great guy to have around. So If you have a fenced yard, I'm sure he'd like that, because he does have some activity. He'd like to get around and check out the world around him, see what he can learn about the neighborhood and everything. So, but real good guy. I think he'd be a perfect pet for just about anybody. And this is my buddy Rimrock. This beautiful guy is Colby. Colby's about a 2.5, 3-year-old. We're calling him a hound shepherd mix. I don't know what he is. He's very, very different. If you look at his eyes, he's got a blue tint around his eyes, but his eyes are kind of green and brown and just a very, very interesting color. And his fur is just absolutely soft as can be. So I don't know what he is, but I do know how he is. And that's perfect. He's a great guy. I love him. Everybody loves him. He loves everybody. He's great on his walks. His demeanor is relatively laid back, not a real excitable guy. He would do pretty well in any environment that I can think of. He doesn't have a lot of requirements in terms of lots of exercise, although, having a nice yard would be good. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. But he's the kind of a guy that as long as you take him for some walks, give him lots of attention, I think he's just going to be wonderful for any circumstance or situations. Again, I just can't think of any other great qualities he has. He's got a bunch, that's for sure. And as you see, he's very, very easygoing. A little bit timid maybe, but other than that, wonderful dog. And this is our buddy Colby. This guy here is named Buddy. And I can't think of a more appropriate name for him, because this is the kind of dog that you're going to take home and he will by far be your best ever buddy. He just loves people, loves to cuddle up with you, loves to walk right next to you, just wants to be with you and feel warm and secure and loved, and he just wants to give that love right back to you. He's about 9 months old, perfect for training. Not that he's going to need a lot of training, because he's just so laid back and easy going the way it is right now. When you take him for his walks, he walks right next to you. I don't even think you need a leash with him, because he doesn't really act like he wants to take off and go on you. And yet he loves to play. You get toys and he'll play with toys with you. Gets along with other dogs. We let him loose in the yard there with other dogs and he runs and plays like crazy. But when he's not playing, he's just very, very easygoing and calm. Yeah. He's, kind of a little bit of medium size. I think he'd like to have a yard. I don't know that he needs to have a yard, but he does need attention. So I would say that he's probably one of those that you don't want to, take off and leave him alone for long periods of time. Not that he's going to cause any problems for you, but just because I don't think that's in his nature. He just likes to be with his humans. So I would feel best if he found a home where there was someone home all the time that could take care of him, give him attention and stuff. Let him know that you're there and that you're thinking of him and loving him just like he's going to love you back. So all in all, that's him. He's pretty much the perfect package here, I think. And his name is Buddy, and he will be your buddy, won't you? This guy here is Bernie. Bernie is a 2-year-old hound beagle mix. Very, very low gravity, lots of power to him. but he's not really bad on his walks. He's pretty good. I call him weekend at Bernie's, and that's basically because if you took him out on a Wednesday or Thursday, it'd be the weekend before you got back. He's a real smeller, that hound in him. He's got that nose to the ground, and he wants to have a good sniff at everything out there. So it takes you a while to give him a walk, but other than that, he's pretty good. He's a very friendly guy, but he's pretty independent. He kind of likes to do his own thing. Not very well trained at this particular point, but he's certainly willing to learn. He's got some beautiful markings with his tan and his white and his black, and he's not real bad with other dogs. It's kind of selective, but not tremendously aggressive or anything like that. And as I say, he's a very friendly guy, aren't you? Yeah, I'm friendly. I just like doing my own thing. He will need somebody that can spend some time with him, and it would really be recommended that you have a home with a fenced yard, because he's very high energy. Just likes to go, and like I say, smell things all the time, and he's just a real outdoorsy kind of a dog, so you need to have some room for him to be able to do that. And other than that, he's pretty well ready to go. He's a male, he's neutered, and he says, just give me a home. He's been here since December, so we'd really like to get him out of here. Actually, he's been here longer than that. He's been here since maybe October. So he needs to get out and find himself a home, and hopefully you're the person out there that can give that to him. So this is my buddy Weekend at Bernie's. Bernie. Yeah.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.
Verde Veterinary Hospital in Cottonwood is your full-service companion animal hospital and has achieved AAHA accreditation, reflecting total commitment to provide quality veterinary care throughout the life of your pet. Verde Vet provides comprehensive medical, surgical, and dental care and offers 24-hour emergency service and house calls. Heartworm testing, feline viral testing, and nail testing, all available without an appointment. Verde Veterinary Hospital.
This is Tommy. He's about 8 months old, faded orange and white tabby male. He was a stray. He is one of the most friendly cats you'll ever meet. He gets along well with other cats, and he likes to play, of course, but he also likes to snuggle. He has a great purr box. And again, Tommy, 8 month old, faded orange and white male tabby, and he would make a great addition to any home. Leela, 2-year-old, gray and white, beautiful girl, surrendered because her previous family didn't, quote, have time to take care of her. So she could be living in your home. She's very playful. She's a little timid. Don't know how she does with dogs. She has a great purr when she gets to know you. And again, 2-year-old, gray and white, female, very curious, very playful, and very beautiful, Leela. This is Ice. She's about a year and a half old female. Very beautiful, very friendly. Came to us as a stray. She gets along pretty good with other cats. She doesn't like dogs much. She likes to be a lap cat. She's quite playful. And again, this is Ice, about a year and a half old female. And she would make a fine addition to anyone's home. This is Charm, a long-haired black cat. She's about 1 year old. She's still very timid. She would do great in a single pet household. She's very loving. She loves to sit on your lap. She, of course, is quite curious. And again, Charm, a long-haired black female, 1 year old, looking for her forever home. This is Batman, about a 3-year-old male. He had an unfortunate encounter somewhere along the line and lost most of his tail, but none of his attitude. He loves to play, he likes other cats, and as you can see, he hasn't missed too many meals. Again, Batman, about a 3-year-old male, very playful, likes other cats, and would make a fine addition to anyone's home. This is Noodles, female, 3-year-old, orange tabby, gorgeous young lady. She likes to play. She has a great purr box. She likes other cats. And she would be a great addition to anyone's home. And again, one more time, look at the camera. This is Noodles, 3-year-old female orange tabby. This is Amber, 7-year-old female. She has a bit of a sad story. Her and her sister, Green Eyes, were surrendered to the shelter because their mom had to go into assisted living and could no longer care for them. So they've been slowly adjusting and they would love to go home together. They've been raised and lived together their whole lives. They're very sweet, make great lap cats. And again, Amber, 7-year-old female, it would be a great addition to any home.
All animals leaving the Adopt for Life Center for Animals are given rabies vaccinations and are spayed or neutered. If the animal's not old enough, vouchers will be given to the adopted family. Visit the Adopt for Life Center for Animals on Mingus Avenue in Cottonwood to visit with any of the animals seen on this program. More pets are waiting for new homes at the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.